Sentry were actually working against him over here. Mino's actually looking to chase. He knows that the Sand King doesn't have the power strike and he's going to find himself the kill. Mino punishing the greed coming out from the Sand King, but he might get punished for his own as he, well, the bugs are upon him, reducing his armor slowly but surely. The healing one is going to get taken down to him. This might be Mino's death. Yes, Fasool looking to comment the skew is not going to get it onto anyone. Mino tried to drop the blade fury, maybe survive against the magical damage, but the last physical right to the shack does get him, and now Parasite's going to end up going down. The Chainflow doing so much work, and my revenge, well, they find revenge. Find themselves Mino, they get the line, they get the Magnus. But at what cost? That's the question. Because Kaneki is still farming away on his Invoker. Has completed his Midas 12 minutes in, a rather late timing. In all honesty, I was thinking that maybe Kaneki actually goes for that early Aghanim Scepter on the Invoker, which has been the flavor or the preferred item of choice for most of these Invokers. As, well, Hand of Might is the main reason it used to be built on Invoker was the insane amount of XP it gave you, and as an Invoker, levels is what you need. I mean, sure, you do really well with farm, but if you don't have the levels to capitalize, that farm does not mean diddly squat. And I think this item pickup here from Kaneki is, well, it's good, it's not bad by any means, but I think he needs to use it in the most efficient way possible to justify this purchase. And it's probably something that's going to start paying off near around the 28-minute mark when he has actually exceeded the amount of gold that he paid for the Midas, utilizing the Midas itself. If anything, it does allow him to farm a little bit better because it does give you 40 attack speed now, so it's better in that regard. Down bottom, the Reno looking to man fight the bear, but realizes quickly that that's not a fight that he can win. But his allies are closing in. They're turning their attention towards the lone druid who has to be careful. Zeus, he's gonna break the smoke. Gonna turn towards Aghanim, but the lone druid who is really more. That's the real meat on the board, and the finger's even gonna get dropped. Mina's gonna find the kill with the Omni Slash. Axel gonna get X'd up, but Mino's keen on chasing. He wants to go forward for this kill, but Parasite doesn't really have any spells remaining, and that's gonna be the end of the chase. Sand King at mid, just trying to farm up his Blink Dagger, it seems, who has had a rather rough time this game, so once he has a Blink Dagger, that's when really My Revenge can start taking successful fights. But I think by that point, LXG are gonna have taken so many towers that My Revenge are gonna just have a hard time contesting LXG and establishing some map control back in their favor. They're gonna have to be just playing and sitting ducks pretty much the entire game and responding to what LXG does like they're doing now. I mean, Axel is gonna get ganked up by all these members here from LXG. Parasite could have thrown the spike. Could have tried to turn the fight around, but he's not going to do so. Mino's in fact just going to TP the hell out of them. Fasool skewered back to the lone druid, but the bear is going to root him up. Zeus try to TP out is not going to be too successful as My Revenge find themselves 3 kills and punish the aggression coming in from LXG. All this does come at a cost, and the cost is that Kaneki is farming on his Invoker. Well, to gain something, you must lose something of equal value. And back in mid, Mino, he finds exactly that trade on the tier 1 tower. Question is he going to pay for it with his life? The Spirit Bear chasing him, looking for the root, but is not really going to find it. How's NSP doing on his Vivo? Well, doing okay. Not too great, not too bad either, but yeah, he could have definitely had a better start this game. Has 3 Wraith Bands and he's going for the Lincoln Sphere to help him survive against the Lion, but I'm not entirely sure if that's even going to help him to great extent, because there's still the Hex, there's still the Magnus RP to deal with, there's still Invoker spells to worry about, and this Weaver, if anything, is going to need a BKB at some point in this game. So do you really want to go for that Lincoln Sphere as a first item? I mean, that's what I would be wondering if I'm NSP. And NSP to him, it's clearly worth having 2 defensive items this game. The Sand King, well, he actually decided to finish up his arcane boost before his blink back up top, though Kaneki might just find the Slush Track all by himself. The alacrity and the right click damage is more than enough to take him down. And Kaneki getting ever so closer to the Aghanim Scepter on his Invoker. Fasool though, he's looking for his own Blink Dagger on the Magnus. Has the max out in power, so he can't just look to farm. He's going to get rooted up by the lone druid who could bring him down. Fasool has to be careful, but it seems that the Lich has ended up losing his life back in his jungle. As Mina with the Blink Dagger, well, making it work. Parasite didn't really choose to go for the Blink, has instead chosen to finish up his wand and get himself Tranquil Boots. get that extra mobility going for him. And well, even as the Sanjin Yashi completed, so that extra status resistance is really gonna help him against the slows and stuns and whatnot coming in here from the side of My Revenge. My Revenge, apart from this lone druid, they don't really seem to have a good answer. Even on this lone druid, I'm quickly gonna drop down net worth. He is second on net worth, but he's behind by 3k. He's now gonna finish up his maelstrom 16 minutes in. Not a bad timing, but I wonder if that maelstrom is gonna be enough to carry them through this. And Parasite, not taking a lesson from the soul, does not carry detection and lets the Sand King get away. That could have been an easy kill, but Parasite wasn't carrying detection here. Kaneki making good progress towards his Aghanim Scepter as well. Once he has the Axe, I think he's going to be looking to join his team in all these team fights, but it still might be... I mean, I don't know. When I just see a Magnus and a Moko on the same team, the first thing that comes into my mind is that the Magnus RPs, and that RP is entirely wasted because the Invoker decided to tornado. So, you could say that I'm lacking a little bit faith, but I do trust that LXG have good communication skills, and they certainly won't let anything of that sort happen. Nirvana really wants to get this Invoker. They are trying to triangulate his position, and Kaneki seems to be aware of what is going on, and he's not going to go back towards his own jungle. That's certainly a place where he's going to end up falling. Oh, but look at this, LXG. They're actually going to take Roshan. They have the Impact, they have the Alacrity, and this is going to be a rather quick Roshan. I don't think the side of My Revenge know that this is going on. If they did, they certainly would be trying to contest it, because with this Aegis, LXG can easily push high ground. Magnus almost has his blink, I think. And once he has that blink at the ready, well, he's going to be offering a huge threat in the reverse polarity that the side of My Revenge are going to have to respect. Mino, looking for the blink initiation onto a hero, preferably the lone druid. Has the Alacrity upon him, but he's just going to turn his attention towards the tower. He can go on the lone druid if he wants to. That is an option that he has. But he's just going to focus to take down the tower instead. Now, lone druid doesn't really have buyback, but I think that last hit might have just given him the buyback. And, well, not really. He didn't actually find that last hit, but yeah. LXG, they can certainly push high ground at this point, and NSP, still searching for that Lincoln Sphere, has the ultimate off, but these past 4 minutes he's only managed to really farm up around 2k gold. Certainly has had a rough start on the Weaver, but still needs to be getting more farm if he's looking to be effective in these team fights. LXG, well, they were waiting for the Blink Dagger on the Magnus, and they have found it now, so we'll see if they decide to make a move. I do believe that Parasite has a couple of smokes sitting in his inventory, and he's going to pass them over to Pasol. But Kaneki in the mid, well, he tried to go for a cute little solo play for Lone Druid side, but is not going to be too successful. Has finished the Aghanim Scepter though. The life does get a little bit easier for him. Sand King though, meanwhile, 20 minutes in, still trying to search for his Blink Dagger. This is somewhat unacceptable. I mean, as a position for Sand King, you need to get your Blink Dagger by at most the 16 to 17 minute mark, because each minute beyond that, the enemies keep getting tanky, and the effectiveness of your initiation really starts to, the effectiveness of your initiation really starts to dwindle, and if you can't really burst those zeros down or get yourself a good 3-4 man Burrow Strike with that Blink Dagger, then that purchase has not really done much for you, in all honesty. I mean, you might as well have not had any item, because look at the lineup of LXG. Even though they may get a good epicenter off, Mayo can dodge it entirely with the help of the Blade Fury. He can even see his back up with the healing ward too. Now the push coming in from LXG. We'll see how My Revenge will approach this. It is a little difficult to kill off a Jug who has Velocity and Blade Fury, but this is one way to do that. Send the bear forward, hope to get a root. Kaneki gets a really good tornado off and takes off half of Nirvana's HP on the Sand King. And Mino, is he content with what he's gotten? Well, not really. He wants to get himself the racks, and the racks are melting rather quickly. Courtesy of the Impound, the Alacrity, he has an extra bonus 212 damage. He is going to get stunned up, but he's still holding on to the Aegis, so it's not going to be the easiest use for the side of My Revenge. The Crimson Guard is not going to make it any easier either. And oh, Kaneki, that's a very smart play. Actually electrocuting up the siege creep that My Revenge can't really do much about. Axel, oh my goodness, that Sunstrike. Oh, Pasul! Extremely ambitious play, completely hits the army, and that's why Revenge is due to go with. But they're gonna start off by losing the Sand King's life. Neo is gonna Blade Fury off and make their way with his Aegis attack, but Kaneki is looking to punish the Lich. NSP gonna force the time lapse back. It's similar to find Parasite, but unsuccessfully. So Parasite is able to get the Hex, not the Hex, but the Earth Spike off, and that might just, well, he's still gonna end up falling, but Parasite might pay for it with his own life. Neo goes forward, looks to find a kill, but is not gonna be too successful, but Kaneki finds himself a double. He's gonna look to coast walk out of there. The buybacks have come in from the side of My Revenge, and they want revenge, but they're not gonna find it. Zeus? He can find the Weaver if he wants to, but the Weaver, he is playing with fire here. He's gonna get stunned up, the Lincolns is gonna be broken, the Ignite is gonna be dodged because of the Shikushi, and the Ogre might just be forced to TP out. Has the Mango at the ready. Oh, NSP, he wants to get the Courier Snipe. He has to be careful though. Is he gonna find the range for it? No, he's not. Could have Shikushi forward to get it maybe, and now Mino, well, blinking forward, he wants to find NSP. Zeus is gonna pop the dust, he has the Lincoln Sphere, so the Weaver is gonna dodge that Ignite, but he can't really dodge the Omni Slash, and Mino is gonna find himself another kill. My Revenge. On the back for pretty much the entire game. There was a moment where they could have capitalized, but just given the amount of net worth and the heroes on the side of LXG have, it was really hard for them to punish their lineup. I mean, Mino at this point is really damn tanky. He even has the Eye of Skadi at the ready, so it's really hard to bring him down. He can just pop the healing ward behind him, Blade Fury up, start hitting away at the DO3, and that's all he really has to do, pretty much for the rest of the game. And I mean, My Revenge, what's the answer to this? They don't really have the Blink Dagger on the Sand King. He's still sitting on 1.2k gold looking to find it. Is now going to put a point in Caustic, which does accelerate his farm speed to some extent, but he would have much rather done that earlier. Playing a support Sand King, max out your Caustic, that's going to help you farm a lot better than Sandstorm. Sandstorm is a bit of a laning spell, at best, that allows you to harass enemies out of the lane. Doesn't even do that much damage, to be honest. I know, Kaneki looking to punish the Sand King. He's going to drop the Meteor along with the Sunstrike and the Cold Snap. That is going to be one dead Scorpion. But My Revenge, they know Kaneki is down bottom and they want to punish the Sunstrike on cooldown now. This is probably the best shot they're ever going to get. Mino still doesn't have the Aegis, but Pasul is smoked up. Still has the Blink Dagger. The Diagram throughout the scan. They know that the heroes are here on the side of LXG, and Pasul looking for that opening on the RP. If he can find the left strike and the lone druid, he will not hesitate to get it off, because I don't think the side of My Revenge have a good counter initiation and answer for this RP into Omni Slash. That LXG are running. Kaneki, well, he even has his boots of travel now at the ready, so he can join his team for the team fight up top if he needs to. But Pasul has to be careful. He's gonna get controlled up by the fear and the root, and well, the fear from the Lich is also gonna come in. He's looking to make it out alive, but he's not gonna be successful in doing so. He's gonna lose his life. But now, NSP, he's probably gonna end up falling as the Weaver steps a bit too far forward, and Parasite punishes him by popping his Lincoln Sphere, and Mino takes away his life. Well, LXG, it lose their Magnus, but they find themselves the Weaver. Can they go high ground with this? So that's the question. They certainly can. Mino, he is lacking an empower, but he can still do it. He just needs to pop the bakery and start heading away at the DO3 slowly but surely. The bear is going to be a bit of a nuisance. They are going to look to kill it off, and they are going to be successful. It's actually going to be the Goku finals of the extra 300 gold, and now Kit Kat goes to summon the bear for the second time. If they lose it this time, high ground is going to be a lot easier for the side of LXG to reach. Well, the bear trying to get the healing ward, but he's out of attack range. His battery is actually going to start. That's a bear who's going to be dying for the second time. And suddenly, My Revenge's defense is there a lot weaker. The lone wood without the bear, he has minus 30% damage resistance, which he would have gotten if the Spirit Bear was up, but unfortunately it's not. And now, Axel, well, he's going to get turned around upon the Earth Spike is there to follow through, and all the new damage coming in from the Sunstrike and the Meteor is going to connect. Buybacks being forced by LXG. They can go high ground. They really don't have to worry about My Revenge at this point. The Sand King, don't think he has the Blink Dagger even yet. He's still looking for it down bottom, and Kaneki is still looking to punish him for trying to find him. But Soul finds the 2.5. It's onto the bridge, and I'm not exactly sure who else it is on, but I think it was on the Weaver, but the Weaver's able to time lapse it off, so it doesn't really matter. Mino, all he's really going to find at the back of that is a Lich. He's still on his Omni Slash, but he's not really able to get it off as he finally ends up losing it. As Narwana comes in with the epicenter, looking to find the Ogre Magic, he's getting it rolled up in the end. NSP cleans up, finds himself a double kill, and My Revenge, they turn around, get themselves a triple kill, and hold on to the structures up top. LXG get a bit over eager and pay the price once again. But yeah, Sand King does find his blink on the back of that engagement, so the future engagements for My Revenge are going to be rather easier to take.
Illusion.
For Soul, he's looking to find himself that 4th staff, but not really sure how effective it's going to be in this game. I think I would much rather see him build something like the BKB just so he could get himself a good RP off in the team fights. Just itemize completely greedily. Let the Ogre itemize for these kind of things. Just leave the 4 stuff, leave the Guardian Greaves, all that stuff to him. You focus on making sure that your hero has a good time initiating. Ah, down bottom Kaneki utterly destroys the illusion. Well, NSP, he has a Lincoln Sphere, has a Diffusal Blade, is now looking towards the BKB. That 35% XP gain talent is certainly starting to come in handy for this Weaver here. He's also found himself the 20 mana break talent level 15. It still stacks with Diffusal. I don't think Valve have fixed this, and I really wish they do, because apparently mana burn is not supposed to stack in Dota. So if you build a Diffusal Blade on Anti-Mage, you're not going to get the double mana burn value. It's the mana burn from the mana burn, that is Anti-Mage's first skill. I think it overrides the Diffusal's mana break. But that is an interaction between a spell and an item, and not exactly a talent and an item. Maybe talents function a little differently in Dota. I'm not entirely sure what those, how those mechanics work. Well, Nirvana looking to help out his buddy Kit Kat here, pushing down this lane bottom, but LXG, eyes on the prize, waiting for that Roshan to respawn so they can get themselves ages and go back up high ground. Logo has been farming rather spectacularly. Crimson Guard, 5 of Insight, 29 minutes in. And he's also looking to get himself that 4 staff, so it's gonna be easier for Mino to get the hell away. He'll back turn towards the enemy when he gets stunned up. Kit Kat down bottom is actually gonna end up finding Kaneki. That's a huge kill, I think. I think that was the Sand King there with the Power Strike probably, but his mana is full, so not exactly sure what the hell happened. But LXG, even though Kaneki ends up dying, they do find themselves Rosh. Do they have TPs though? Well, they do, but it seems that they don't really want to go down bottom. Well, if anything, My Revenge, they're the ones who are going to be forced to defend, otherwise it might just be a base race, and that is not exactly something that My Revenge can win. But look at this, the Soul, he's going to go in, fight it off on 2 heals, but the skewer light is not there. The Ryan will probably hit Spike, the low druid, surviving at this point long time, the chain was bouncing around, working away on the members of LXG. Zeus is getting dropped to below half HP, he's probably going to end up dying here as Mino. His RP has been committed, so he really has no way of going back in this fight. And now, the Ogre Magi is dropping slowly but surely, surviving for this fight longer. Now the Omni Slash is going to come in. How much work can Mino do? Well, he's going around like a Super Saiyan, killing everyone and trying to get those right clicks on, but he's not going to be too successful. But Axa taking so much damage from the Blade Fury. Kit Kat is going down as well, and Mino is going to find himself a triple kill. NSP has to be careful. If he ends up going down here, this might just be game for My Revenge, and Sand King is going to be there under the cover of the Invis in the Sandstorm, and he's looking to blink the hell out of here, and he is going to be successful in doing so. Pulsing in the trees, maybe just look to TP out, and he's going to do exactly that. So at the end of the day, LXG, they do lose most of their lineup, but Mino is able to clean up. This Juggernaut, really damn strong at this point with the Butterfly, the Impa, the Eye of Skadi, and the Blink Dagger, the Sergeant Yasha, and whatnot. He is one tough piece to take down. And back up top, Kaneki is capitalizing. The siege creep wave has spawned these black leads. The siege creep and the siege creep is working away on the racks, and Sanking might have stepped a bit too far forward. He is gonna get tagged by the Sunstrike and the Ice Wall, and Kaneki gonna look to get the hell out of there, but he is gonna get tagged by the Dust. The Blink Tiger is good. It puts some distance between him and the Weaver, but can he survive? He might have losing his courier. It has the BKB recipe on it, and Kaneki does find the BKB. It's still coming off cooldown though, because it was in his backpack, and I think Kaneki's probably gonna end up falling here. He'll look to pop the BKB, maybe TP the hell out of here. Well, he doesn't really have Coast Talk, so it is going to be rather ambitiously, but he gets the Blink off. And that's going to be his first BKB charge committed, and courtesy of that, he is going to be able to get the hell back to safety. NSP though has to be careful, Parasite, but he's going to get the Hex up, doesn't really get the spike, so the Weaver's still able to Shikoshi the heck out of there. And these killers away for his dear life. LXG though, keen on going high ground. Pasul was looking to find the skewer, is not going to be too successful. But LXG, I don't know prices. The structures that they're really after, and the structures, they're going to slowly start chipping away on them. But the Switch's Frost Shield is actually helping them survive for so long. Kaneki looking to join his team back from the mid lane. NSP's Lincoln's gonna get popped, dust upon him. Still has a time lapse if he wants to dispel the dust, but not gonna choose to do so. Pasul gonna get you up in the egg. Quick dodge of the split hurt with the post staff. And now Mina turning the attention towards the bear, gets himself an extra single goal, but Kaneki's got him. He's got the room under the room if he goes down. The skip is through, but look at this, Mito. He's actually gonna find himself the left track, and now Pasul turning his attention towards the Sand King, still holding on to that RP, not really committing. Is he gonna go in for this? If he gets the RP off, he could end up just pushing high ground, and he is gonna find the RP, skewer him back into the Sentry one, and his Weaver doesn't really have his Lincoln Sphere at the ready, and Kaneki does find himself a kill, but Mino, well, eyes on the prize. He's actually gonna go towards the tier 3 tower, look to find it, and Sand King tried to tank the himself on his body. He is gonna be successful. Mino's gonna get feared back, but I don't think he cares too much. He's gonna turn his attention towards the tier 3, bring it down, and well, they actually only go for the jugular. Why go for Axe? I mean, Parasite is bringing the living hell out of this, but Mino really keen on getting themselves to tier 4, and GG well played is gonna get called. LXG, well, they're gonna get this game as My Revenge do tap out. Pasul does find the skewer at the end of it all, but My Revenge can't really hold on for much longer. Rather dominant display coming in here from LXG. Do have a bit of a goof, do have some goof ups here and there, but overall rather solid